Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah. Estağfurullah, estağfurullah, estağfurullah. El-azim, el-lezi, la ilahe illahu, el-hayyul kayyum. Ve etûbü ileyh. Es'elû tevbete vel mağfirete vel hidayete. İnnehu ettevvâber-rahîm. Va'fu anna ya kerim, va'fu anna ya kerim, va'fu anna ya kerim. Mağfir lana bifadlike ya Rahman ya Rahim. Ya Melikü, ya Kudüsü, ya Allah. El-evvel Allah, el-ahir Allah, el-zahir Allah, el-batin Allah, hayrihi ve şerrihi minallahu Teala. Ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve eşhedü enne Muhammeden abduhu ve resuluhu. Esselatu vesselamu aleyke ya Resulallah. Esselatu vesselamu aleyke ya Habiballah. Esselatu vesselamu aleyke ya seyyidinel evveline vel ahirin. İştenene ya şefiyel müznibin. Birahmetike ya hamar rahimin. Kâlallahu Teala fi kitabel kerim. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ve la yecrimennekum şene'anu kavmin ala ella ta'dilu e'dilu huve akrabu lit-takva. Vettekullah innallâhe habirun bima ta'lemun. Allah Teala says in our holy book, let not hatred of any people seduce you that you deal not justly. Deal justly. That is nearer to your duty. Observe your duty to Allah. Lo, Allah is informed of what you do. One of the most beautiful names of Allah Ta'ala is El-Adil, the just one. Many places in our book, Allah Ta'ala commands justice and fair dealing. He says He loves the one who is just. So it is very important to understand the circumstances around justice. It is very important to understand what justice is and apply it to our life. We should be able to conduct ourselves like just people conduct themselves. Another beautiful name of Allah Ta'ala is El-Hakim. And the word Hakim comes from the word Hukum. Hukum means judgment, decision. And it is derived from the word Hikmah, meaning wisdom. So He is also all-wise judge. Without wisdom, without being able to take decisions by knowing the consequences and helping the truth, you cannot judge. Wisdom is an essential component of justice. He is all-wise judge. Yet another beautiful name of Allah Ta'ala is El-Alim, the one who knows it all. He knows what happened in the past. He knows what is happening now. He knows what's going to happen in the future. He knows ins and outs of everything from the beginning to the end. That is His knowledge. And there's no limitation to His knowledge. He knows what we harbor in our heart. He knows the condition of a black ant in the middle of a black stone, in the darkest night. There isn't anything we can hide from Him. There isn't anything that can be hidden from Him. That is the extent to His knowledge. We are not like that. We only know as much as we are permitted to know. Our knowledge is limited. Without knowledge, there's no wisdom. If you don't know, you cannot make a decision that serves the truth. Without knowledge, no wisdom. Without wisdom, no justice. He's also As-Salam, the one who brings peace and salvation. He brings harmony. All His actions support their harmony. So with His divine orchestration of his beautiful attributes, he, with his infinite wisdom, with his infinite knowledge, he brings justice, and his justice brings harmony. The reason why we are not capable of understanding, accepting his justice is because we lack those qualities. We don't have the knowledge. Therefore, we don't have the true wisdom to be able to see the consequences of things, and we won't be able to deal justly. We may not be able to achieve and understand completely his justice, but at least we are obliged to respect his justice. It's all about our attachments. Our attachments are blinding us. Our positions, block ties, our ethnical backgrounds, races, blinding us to deal fairly, justly. As long as we are attached all these worldly qualities, we won't be able to achieve and understand what it means to become just. We won't be able to achieve wisdom and the knowledge to achieve justice. In our religion, in Islam, there is a great emphasis on justice and a responsibility given to people who are entitled to make decisions, to pass judgments. There's a great responsibility given to people who are in a position to make judgment over other people. So much so that many wise scholars, sainted people, ran away from the responsibility of being a judge or becoming the leader of a community just because they didn't want to take that responsibility, because the consequences are severe. Rasulullah said to Abdurrahman ibn Samara, "O Abdurrahman, do not sell yourself seeking to be a chief or a leader or hold a high position to rule over others. If such a position is given to you without you asking for it, if such a position is offered to you without you asking for it, both man and God will be your help. If it is given to you because you ask for it, then you will be left to yourself to deal with it. An unjust ruler is guilty of tyranny, and there's a great punishment for that. When someone starts ruling without serving the truth but serving his own interest, tyranny starts. And tyrant rulers are certainly destined for that. Harun al-Rashid was the 5th caliph of Abbasids, the dynasty, who lived around 8th century. They say that Harun al-Rashid learned about justice from his half-brother Behlul-Dana. Behlul-Dana was a very wise man, but he was disguised. He disguised himself like a wise fool. People thought he was crazy because he really did not show them how much wisdom he had. One day, Behlul entered the palace and he saw that the throne, Harun al-Rashid's throne, was unoccupied. He quickly sat on his throne. And as soon as he sat on his throne, all the royal soldiers attacked and started hitting him, and he started crying. There's a commotion, Behlul is screaming, and then that brought Harun al-Rashid to the throne room, and he asked, "What is going on here?" And they said, "My caliph, Behlul sat on your throne, and that was a big offense to the caliph. Sitting on his throne was a great offense, which brought a lot of punishment." And they said that because he did that, we started beating him. And Harun al-Rashid said, "Don't you know that he's not sane? Why are you eating the poor guy? Would he sit on my throne if he would be sane? And then he turned to Behlul. Behlul keeps screaming and crying. And he turned to Behlul and said, Behlul, stop it. They are not going to beat you anymore. And then Behlul said, I'm not weeping for myself. I'm crying for you, my king, said to the Sultan. He said, why would you be crying for me? He said that I sat in your throne for 3 seconds. Look at the beating that I got. You have been sitting there for 3 weeks, and you would probably be sitting there for more than 3 years. How much beating you are going to get at the end? And then after that, Harun al-Rashid started crying. And then he asked his brother, what should I do? What should I do to avoid such great punishment? He said, be just. Be just. Be just. At the time of Hazrat Umar, radiallahu anh, when he was the caliph, the ruler of Damascus was Sa'd ibn Abu Waqqas. So Sa'd ibn Abu Waqqas is one of the first Muslims. I think he was the 17th Muslim. When he was very young, he became Muslim. He contributed to the Islam and the armies. So he is the ruler. What happened was he wanted to expand the mosque. So he started purchasing all the lands around the mosque. Except that one Jew did not want to sell his land. And without that land, he would not be able to finish his project. So he offered them money, more than the value of the land. Jew wouldn't accept it. So he confiscated the land. He paid, and he forced the sale. He got the land and paid the Jew more than the value of the land. After the incident, Jew was very upset. He went to the neighbor and said, I didn't want to sell my property. He confiscated it and started complaining. He said that, don't worry about it. Go to Medina. There's a ruler there, the caliph. He's very just. Explain to him what has happened. He didn't believe. He went to Medina and he saw Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh was sitting under a date tree with a very modest clothing. And he kind of thought, is this the person really going to help me? He was comparing Hazrat Umar with the rulers that he saw in Damascus and their lifestyles. Such modesty as opposed to such luxury. He said that there's no way that this man could help me. But in any case, I'm in Medina, let me approach him. He approached him and explained the situation. Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh picked a piece of leather, skin, animal skin, from the ground and scribbled something over it. And then told to the Jew, take this and bring to Sa'd ibn Abu Waqqas. And then the Jew said, here it is. He's sending me away. He's not going to deal with me. So with a great disappointment, he took the piece of leather with him, went back to Damascus. He did not have much hope, but he brought the letter, went into the presence of Sa'd ibn Waqqas, and then presented to the letter. Sa'd ibn Abu Waqqas looked at the letter. He collapsed. His face turned into red and then white. He was frozen, could not speak for a while. And then after a while, he stood up and turned to the Jew and said, I'm returning your land, and please forgive me for what I have done. And Jew was astonished. What is happening? What has happened? What did he write? Over this dirty old piece of leather, what could be written on this letter that would have such an incredible impact over you? He insisted, and the ruler, Sa'd ibn Abu Waqqas, explained. He said that when we were young, before we became Muslim, before Islam was introduced to the land of Arabia, I and Umar radiallahu anh, we were young and we used to go to Persia, Iran, to trade. We used to go there, and in one of those trading trips, we brought 200 camels with us. Before we entered to the city of Rawan, what happened was bandits came and confiscated all of our money, and actually they took all the counts. We were very, very disappointed and upset that we lost all of our property, we lost all our possession, and we checked into a lodge, didn't know what to do, told the situation to the owner of the lodge, and explained that what happened, how did we lose our camel. He said, don't worry, tomorrow morning, go and see the ruler of Rawan. Nushi Rawan, his name. Go and see the ruler. Explain your situation. So he said, Hazrat Umar and myself, we went up to the ruler, explained what has happened, but he didn't speak Arabic. He was speaking Persian. So there was a translator there, and the translator translated something what we have spoken. We didn't know what he was saying, but at the end, the ruler, Nushirawan, made a decision, and he gave us some money, and he sent us. We were very disappointed, and then we went back to the lodge, and then the owner of the lodge asked what has happened, and we said that he didn't want to pay much attention to us. We told what has happened. A translator translated. He made a decision. He gave us just some money and sent us back. The owner of the no, there's something wrong here. This is not the way Nushirawan, because his name was Nushirawan Adi, the just ruler of the Rawan. He wouldn't do that. There's something wrong here. So he said, tomorrow morning, let me go with you and then translate your problem to myself. They accepted, but they don't have any hope. They thought that Nushirawan actually sent them away. He didn't want to deal with them. They went. And then the owner of the lodge started speaking on behalf of them, explain what has happened. Nushirawan carefully listened and told them, and first asked the translator the day before to be brought to his presence. The translator came and he spoke to the translator. He spoke to the owner of the lodge. And then he turned to Hazrat Umar and Saad ibn Abu Waqqas. At the time they were very young, said that tomorrow morning you're going to get your camels and take these 2 bags of golds with you. Tomorrow you are going to leave this city. Said to Saad ibn Abu Waqqas, you are going to leave from the door, west door of the city. You are going to leave from the east door of the city. Tomorrow morning, exactly as he said, they received their camels, 200 camels, with also 2 bags of gold. Saad ibn Abu Waqqas took the road from the east. He says, he's explaining the story, he says that on my way, as I was passing by the door, east door, I saw 2 men. I saw 2 men were hung. And I asked people, what happened here? Who are those men, dangling there in the tree? They said that this is the son of Nushirawan. He was a bandit. He stole 200 camels. He hung his own son. This is the vizier of Nushirawan Adi. Because he helped his son, he also hung him as well. And then when he left, then he met with Hazrat Umar after that. And Hazrat Umar said, I saw someone in the west door was hung. And I asked, that was the translator. He also hung the translator for protecting his son. And when he remembered this event that he experienced with Hazrat Umar, and when Hazrat Umar wrote on a piece of leather and saying that, do you think Nushirawan Adil is more Adil than me? Do you think that I am less just than Nushirawan Adil? I felt terrible. That's why I'm returning everything, and I apologizing. That's why I understood what I did. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, all the most merciful, most compassionate. You love to forgive our sins. Increase our wisdom, increase our knowledge, increase our respect to justice. Enable us to make decisions justly. Do not let our hatred seduce our decisions so that we make decisions unjustly. As you have promised, do not try us more than we can forbear. When you test us with difficulties and when you see us impatient, do not increase your trials upon us. When you shower us with your bounties and show us ungrateful, do not stop showering your bounties. You have blessed us with this beautiful religion. You have blessed us with Iman, the faith, Ihsan, the ability to establish the goodness. Make us recognize our responsibility as humans. Ameen, ameen, walhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammeden mahtelefel melavan ve te'akabel asaran ve kererel cebizan ve istakbelel karkadan ve belik ruhahu ve ervaha ehli beytihi minet tahiyyete ve selam ve barik ve sellim aleyhi kethiren kethiren kethiren ve sallallahu ala seyyidina Muhammeden ve ala cemil enbiyayı vel murselin ve leviyayı ve salihin ve melaketike vel mukarrabin وعلى أهل طاعتك أجمعين من أهل السماوات وأهل الأرضين ورضوان الله تعالى على آل رسول الله وأصحابه أجمعين آمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين.